Waking up today, that is January 17th of 2026, feels very heavy. Heavy because once again, democracy has failed in East Africa.
There are reports which are coming out that Bobi Wine, that is the opposition leader, has been abducted and that he's nowhere to be found.
I find solace in the fact that the elected president has the title but no power. The headlines will tell you that President Yoweri Museveni has been re-elected for another 5-year term.
President Museveni is leading with 76% of the votes which have been casted. And now we can make a major projection that President Museveni is going to be the next president of Uganda.
If this term runs its course, he will have ruled Uganda for more than 4 decades. But this term will be a bit different because on book, he will be the president, but in reality, he'll have no power.
Power, power, NUP, everywhere, Kunga, Uganda, Kunga.
Experts are saying that this 5-year term will be a living nightmare for the old, dying Museveni, all thanks to people's president, Bobi Wine. Let me tell you about it. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video.
This is the man seeking to remove President Museveni from power after 40 years. He has incredible support among the young people.
Uganda did not vote in silence. They voted with smartphones. They recorded videos. They had parallel tallying. And above all, they had courage. Across the country, citizens documented voting, counting, and intimidation in real time. And across the country, a name kept coming up. Robert Kyagulanyi, aka Bobi Wine. Whether or not the official announcement reflects that reality is besides the point, because power is no longer only decided by the state broadcasters. Sometimes it is just witnessed. You see, Museveni may retain the instruments of state, but power is something else. Power lives where legitimacy lives. And today, legitimacy does not sit with an 80-year-old ruler who is clinging to the office through repression, shutdowns, and fear.
If I'm available, not dead, not senile, but I'm still around, and I have some knowledge. If you are really serious about your country, why would you not want to take advantage of me if I'm still able?
Bobi Wine's message has always been simple. People power, not guns, not decrease, not violence. Consent.
Will this be a free and fair election?
This is not an election to begin with. This is war.
Bobi Wine told CNN a few days ago that if Yoweri Museveni rigs this election, the people of Uganda must rise up to defend their victory.
When the government shut down the internet, they are not asserting control. They are confessing fear. Fear of documentation, fear of evidence, fear of truth spreading faster than propaganda.
Youth unemployment, it's still very high. And young people feel like they need more opportunities. And when an internet shutdown happens, they feel repressed, they feel silenced because the internet is a tool of the youth. What are you offering them substantially over the next 5 years?
We are the ones who built the internet, the one you are talking about. We are the ones who built it.
In 2026, switching off the internet does not erase reality. It only proves that reality is too dangerous to those in power.
This is the birthplace of Kung Fu. Do you want to learn Kung Fu?
Yeah.
Then I am your master.
Okay.
Uganda is not alone. Tanzania has already crossed that line. Rwanda crossed it long time ago, which leaves one question hanging over East Africa. Is Kenya next? The pattern is familiar. Delegitimize opponents, capture institutions, normalize repression, then call it stability.
The shutting down is because of dealing with criminals who want to use that infrastructure to destabilize our country.
Kenya is the last major democracy standing in the region, not because it is perfect, but because elections still matter, because power has changed hands before, because courts have, at times, stood firm.
Song and dance on the streets of Nairobi. Opposition supporters delighted with the Supreme Court verdict nullifying the result of last month's presidential election.
What happens in Kenya in 2027 will decide whether East Africa becomes a region of citizens or a region of subjects.
Whatever happened in TZ?
Whatever happened in TZ, yes.
Do you see it happening in Kenya?
It will happen in 2027. In fact, people should brace themselves for 2027. 2027, Ruto is going to be very ruthless.
Kenyan leaders are watching closely. They are studying the tactics. They are learning the language. They are rehearsing the justifications. Security, stability, developments. These words always come right before democracy collapses.
Why the violence from your security forces?
It is Bobi Wine who is violent. Bobi Wine, you see, for these towns here are quite crowded. So we don't encourage processions or rallies in the towns.
You see, stolen elections do not end political struggles. They just begin them. A leader who governs without consent governs a restless country. Isolation follows, sanctions follows, economic pressure follows. Ask Samia Suluhu Hassan, just here in Tanzania.
Tanzania's Foreign Affairs Minister Mahmoud Kombo has urged the European Parliament to consider Tanzania's position on key issues as part of efforts to strengthen diplomatic ties. His remarks follow the European Parliament's resolution recommending the suspension of development funding to Tanzania.
You cannot rule forever against the will of the people. History does not allow it.
Our power! NUP!
To Ugandans watching this, power does not disappear simply because it was stolen. It accumulates, it waits, and history remembers who stood where.
I believe that General Museveni largely views Uganda as his personal property, as his family property, and he views us as slaves.
And to Kenyans watching this, do not normalize defeat before the contest. Do not accept the idea that elections no longer matter. Do not surrender your power 2 years early. Democracy does not collapse overnight. It collapses when citizens stop believing that they matter.
The first part of Article 1,
yes,
that's it. All sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya. They never followed the other one.
Okay. Why is
all
it
this power shall be exercised in accordance with this constitution.
Museveni may have won on paper, but Uganda has now changed. And once the people change, no amount of force can return things to how they were.
Early results in Uganda are showing that 81-year-old President Yoweri Museveni is leading with 76% of the vote, followed by Bobi Wine with 20%. That is based on results from 45% of the country's polling stations. Bobi Wine claims there has been massive fraud during the voting under the internet blackout, but no proof has been shown yet. His party says soldiers and police are surrounding his home in Kampala, putting him and his wife under house arrest, similar to what happened after the 2021 election. It has also been reported that voting day was messy, long delays, and the ballot papers arriving late, which has been associated to the internet blackout. Museveni is going for a 7th term, and tensions are high as Uganda waits for the final results.
This is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. Subscribe.